Hi students, good morning everybody. Today we are talking about fruit. This is the last morphological part of the flowering plant, fruit. What is fruit? Fruit is the result of reproduction or fertilization. What is the ultimate aim of the plant after fertilization? The fruit. Are you clear? After fertilization, the fruit is formed from ovary in the flowering plant. The ovary develop into fruit. Ovules develop into seed. Are you clear, students? Every plant, every flowering plant, ultimate aim is to produce fruits. The purpose is to continuous its life cycle. Without fruit, the life cycle is not continuous, because in fruit, which is the fertile part is present in fruit? Seed. After fertilization, so many changes are reported in flowers. So, for example, after post-fertilization changes, the ovary is developed into fruit and then ovules are developed into seed. Today I am talking about fruit. The fruit is the product of ovary. The fertilized ovary is developed into fruit. Then ovules develop into seeds. Are you clear? Then how many types of fruits are present? First of all, before discussing about fruit, we need some information about fruit. So fruit is a product of ovary. It is clear. It is mainly divided into two parts. One is the pericarp, the second one is seed. The fruit is divided into mainly two parts. One is the pericarp, the second one is seed. Pericarp is the fruit layer. Pericarp is the fruit layer. Then all seeds are enclosed by pericarp. There are two parts are there. One is the pericarp, the second one is seed. The seeds are enclosed by pericarp. And the pericarp again divided into three layers: epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp. The fruit law, how many parts are there? Two parts, pericarp and seed. Again, the pericarp is divided into epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp. It's a very important for NEET and EAMCET examination. What is the nature of the pericarp in all fruits? Not in a particular fruit. What of fruits are present in your syllabus? All fruits, pericarp is needed information. So the pericarp mainly three types are there: epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp. Epi means outer layer, meso means middle, endo means inner layer. Now this is the outermost layer, now this is the innermost layer. In between the epi and the endo, which carp is present? Mesocarp is present. The pericarp is variant. The pericarp nature is variant in fruits. So according to nature of the pericarp, the fruits are again divided. So before discussing about types of fruits based on pericarp, we need information about generally how many types of fruits are present. There are two types of fruits are present. One is a false fruit, the second one is true fruit. So before we started in fruit, the fruit is the product of ovary. Yes or no? The fertilized ovary is developed into fruit. But in some plants, without fertilization, no fusion of male and female gamete, without fertilization, the ovary develop into. So generally fruits are three types are there. One is a false fruit and second one is true fruits and another one is parthenocarpic fruit. Parthenocarpic fruits. So three types are there. So one is A and this is the B and C. Three type fruits are there: false fruit, true fruit and parthenocarpic. Another fruit is there. So in some plants, without fertilization, the ovary develop into fruits. Without fertilization, the ovary develop into fruit. Such fruits are called parthenocarpic fruits. Are you clear? Before, first of all, we discuss about parthenocarpic fruit. Then after false fruit, without fertilization, the ovary develop into fruit. In such fruits are called parthenocarpic fruits, and also such fruits are seedless fruits. Seedless fruits, because ovules not develop into seed. When the fertilization is formed in ovary, that is seeded fruit, but it is no fertilization. The ovary directly develop into fruit. Students, the ovary directly develop into fruit, and but seeds are not formed. That's why the fruits also called seedless fruits. So such fruits are called parthenocarpic fruits. So parthenocarpic fruits are seedless fruits, and without fertilization the ovary form into fruit. So examples is very important. Parthenocarpic fruits. So like banana gani, grapes gani, and watermelon gani. So nowadays so many different type of seedless fruits are produced. So without fertilization the ovary directly develop into fruits. Like the parthenocarpic fruit formation mainly depend on which phenomena? That is a very important apomixis phenomena. Apomixis phenomena. What is apomixis? Without fertilization, the diploid egg cell develop into seed. That is a apomixis in hybrid seed production. So like just like both phenomena is same. Without fertilization, the ovaries develop into fruit. Such fruits are called parthenocarpic fruit. The next one is false fruit. So why it is called false fruit? Because the fruit is developed from floral parts. Floral parts other than ovary. Other than ovary. Such fruit is called false fruit. When ovary is developed into fruit, such fruit is called true fruit. But in this, the fruit is developed from floral parts. Nothing but except ovary, like thalamus, pedicel. For example, in apple, now this is the false fruit of apple. In apple, thalamus develop into fruit. There are two fruits are present in apple. Now this is the LS of apple. This image is the middle part is true fruit because it is developed from ovary. But either side of the true fruit, fleshy fruits are present. Fleshy fruits are present. So it is developed from thalamus. If the fruit is developed from thalamus, it is called false fruit. And in cashew nut, the fruit is developed from pedicel. Another example, false fruit, cashew nut. So from pedicel, in apple, thalamus. So examples is very important, and images also very important. So in middle part is true fruit. It is a cartilaginous tissue. The true fruit is a cartilaginous tissue. The tissue is made by, the true fruit tissue is made by cartilaginous tissue, and either side of the fruit is very fleshy. It is edible. It is edible fruit. Fleshy fruit is edible fruit, and true fruit is not edible in apple. As well as in cashew nut also, the true fruits and both false fruits are formed. The false fruit developed from pedicel and true fruit developed from ovary. Are you clear? And partheno nothing but without fertilization, ovary developed into fruit, seedless. But false fruit, the fruit developed from, not from ovary, it from floral parts, either thalamus, either pedicel, or the calyx, or any other floral parts develop into fruit. Such fruits are called false fruit, students. The next one is true fruits. So true fruit, so it is a very clear fruit because after fertilization, the ovary develop into fruit. The ovary develop into fruit, then ovules develop into seed. After fertilization, the ovary develop into fruit, then ovule develop into seed. It is a true fruit. It is a true fruit. And again, true fruits are three types: simple fruit, aggregate fruits, compound fruits. How many types of true fruits are there? Three types: simple, aggregate, and compound fruits. First we discuss about simple fruit. So simple fruit developed from ovary, fertilized ovary. So again, based on pericarp, the simple fruits are again divided into three types: fleshy fruit, dry fruits. Are you clear? Again, dry fruits are divided into dry dehiscency, dry indehiscency fruits. Are we clear? And also third one is also in there, schizocarpic fruits. Schizocarpic fruits. So three types are there. The first one is dry fruit and dry dehiscency, and second one dry indehiscency, and third one is schizocarpic fruits. Students, simple fruits mulli divide chesaru. The simple fruits again divided into three types. So two types, fleshy fruit, dry fruit. Dry fruits again divided into three types, dry dehiscency and dry indehiscency and schizocarpic fruits. So first of all, fleshy fruits. In fleshy fruits, the pericarp nothing but fruit layer. How many fruit layers are present? Three types: epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp. In fleshy fruits, the pericarp is fleshy. The pericarp is fleshy, and very important point, students. The pericarp is not undergoes dehiscency. Not undergoes dehiscency. Dehiscency nothing but not break. The seeds are liberated. For example, tomato. Tomato is one of the best example of fleshy fruit. The fruit is not dry. But how seeds are released from that fruit? After disintegration. After disintegration of the pericarp, the seeds are released. The seeds are released. That's why the pericarp is not undergoes dehiscency. The pericarp is undergoes disintegration. Then seeds are released. Seeds are released. So different type of fleshy fruits are present. First one is berry, aspergillum, pepo, pome, drupe. How many types of fleshy fruits are there? 5 types. What is the first one? Berry. And second one, aspergillum. And third one, pepo. And fourth one, pome. And fifth one, drupe. Students, so every fruit is arranged from which ovary? That is very important. And position is important. And carpal number is important. And nature of the pericarp is important. Or study చేసేటప్పుడు simple గా రిలేట్ చేయదు. The all fruits are arranged from which ovary? Which superior or inferior? How many carpals are present? And what is the nature of the pericarp in all fruits? And examples. It's a very important, students. The first one is a berry. So berry is fruit is developed from multicarpal syncarpus. Multicarpal syncarpus superior ovary which form it. So it is very important. Superior ovary. The fruit is developed from multicarpal syncarpus superior ovary in berry. Then fruits are, the pericarp is fleshy. The pericarp is fleshy. For example, tomato. There are how many layers are present in pericarp? 3 layers. Yes or no? The first one is epicarp, second one is mesocarp, and third one is seeded part. Now the fleshy placenta is present in tomato. Now this is seeded part in middle part. Now this is endocarp. The epicarp is very smooth and leathery, and mesocarp and endocarp is fleshy. The total fruit is edible in tomato. Epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp are edible, but food is stored in meso and endo. Seeds are reported in endo. It's a multi-seeded berry. Tomato, brinjal. Are you clear? Examples of berry fruits: tomato, brinjal, and guava, and banana, etc. Next one is aspergillum. The aspergillum is fruit commonly reported in Rutaceae family. So it is also developed from multicarpal syncarpus superior ovary. It is also developed from multicarpal syncarpus superior ovary. It's a very important plants are present in aspergillum. So in aspergillum nothing but example citrus, neem, lemon. So how many layers are present in neem? Same, 3 layers. Students, are you clear? So first one is epicarp. So this is the first one. Epi is leather. and with oil glands. Student, very important. Epi, leathery with oil glands. And meso, white paper. Meso, white paper. It is important. And endo, seeded. Juicy A's. Juicy A's. Edible A's are present in endo. It is divided into many chambers. It divided into many chambers. The fleshy edible A's are present in endo. Now this is the endo. Seed parts. So first one is epi. So oil, meso white, and endo chambers with edible A's. It is aspirated fruit. It is an aspirated fruit. The next one is pepper. So pepper, you know pepper. So it is reported it is developed from tricarpal syncarpus inferior ovaries. Students, very important. The first two are superior ovaries, but pepper is arranged from tricarpal syncarpus superior ovary. So in pepper say, so the parietal placentation is present in this type of placentation is reported in Cucurbitaceae. Now this is epicarp. Now this is the epicarp. Now this is mesocarp, and this is seeded part is called endocarp. Now this is endocarp. So epi rind and meso fleshy. Food it stores solid. It stores food material. The food stored in epi and endo. The food stored in meso and endo. Meso is very strong and it stores food material, and endo is seeded, smooth. It's both are edible, meso and endo. And also sometimes epi also edible. The total food is also edible. So, but food is stored in meso, and the smooth and seeded part is endo. Are students? So it's a tricarpal, syncarpus. So inferior ovary. So Cucurbitaceae family like watermelon, pumpkins, watermelon, pumpkin, and Cucurbis sativus, and gourds, especially reported with pepper. Next one is pome. Pome is best example of apple. So in apple, the pome best example apple. The fruit is developed from, pepper is developed from bicarpal, students. Bicarpal, syncarpus, inferior ovary. Ovary is very important. Bicarpal, syncarpus, superior ovary. In pome, the fleshy fruit is also present. Now this is the true fruit, and either side fleshy fruit, students. And it is fleshy fruit is edible, and true fruits are not edible because it is a very strong cartilaginous tissue to form out to the example apple. The next one is drupe. So it is developed from monocarpal superior ovaries. It is developed from monocarpal superior ovary. You know everyone? Drupe example: coconut, mango, almond. Are you clear? So mango. So drupe best example mango. In mango, how many layers are there? 3 layers. So this is the epicarp. This is mesocarp. This is endocarp. In coconut, same 3 layers. Epi, meso, endo. But what is the differentiation between the mango and coconut of fruit layers? So in mango, first of all, epicarp leather, but mesocarp is fleshy, edible. Juice is present in mesocarp. Endocarp is stony. Endocarp is stony, strong. Now this is endocarp. It is stony. Mesocarp is fleshy. Epicarp is leathery. But in coconut, epicarp leather, mesocarp is dry fiber. Dry fiber. So what is the differentiation between the mesocarp of coconut and mango? In mango, mesocarp is fleshy, but in coconut, mesocarp is dry fiber. What is the common point in between the group of mango and coconut? Endocarp is stony. And almond is also best example of drupe fruits. So all are fleshy fruits. Berry, asparagus, pepper, pome, drupes. Students, వీటికి సంబంధించిన ఓవరీస్ రాసుకోవాలి. ఓవరీస్ ఇవి ఏ ఓవరీ నుంచి ఫామ్ అవుతాయి, వాటి పెడికార్ప్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, వాటికి ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఏంటి, ఇవి ఆ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఉన్న ఫ్యామిలీస్ ఏంటి కూడా ఐడెంటిఫై ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ పెప్పర్ is reported in which family? Cucurbitaceae family. And Aspergillum reported in which family? Rutaceae family. And for example, berry is commonly reported in which families? Like the Solanaceae family. So berry fruits commonly reported in Solanaceae family. Already the berry fruits are reported in our syllabus. Solanaceae. What type of fruits are present in Solanaceae? Most of the fruits are berry in Solanaceae members. Are you clear? Next one is dry fruits. So how many types of dry fruits are there? 3 types of dry fruits are present. Dry dehiscency, dry indehiscency and schizocarpic fruits. The dry fruits are 3 types. One is dry dehiscency, and second one is dry indehiscency, and third one is schizocarpic fruits. Schizocarpic fruits. How many types are there? 3 types based on pericarp. So first one is dry dehiscency. So dehiscency nothing but the pericarp is dry. Pericarp nothing but fruit wall. The pericarp is dry, and after breakdown of fruit, then seeds are released. That is called dry dehiscency fruits. In dry dehiscency, the pericarp is dry and it's break aite adi dehiscency. The pericarp is dry and seeds are liberated from that fruit. Such fruits are called dry dehiscency fruit, students. And dry indehiscency means the pericarp is dry but not breakdown. But how seeds are released from that fruit? After disintegration, then seeds are released from that fruit. For example, rice and schizocarpic fruit. Both dry dehiscency, dry indehiscency, both characters are expressed in schizocarpic fruit. So first of all, we discuss about dry dehiscency. So ఈ రెండింటి క్యారెక్టర్స్ దీనిలో ఉంటాయి. సో ఫస్ట్ చూద్దాం డ్రై డెహిసెన్సీ ఫ్రూట్స్. సో డ్రై డెహిసెన్సీ ఫ్రూట్, ద పెరికార్ప్ is dry. The pericarp is dry and the fruit is break up to release seeds. Such fruits are called dry dehiscency fruits. So the different type of dry dehiscency fruits are present. The first one is legume fruits. Legume, capsule. Students, legume fruit, capsule fruit, and siliqua, and so what is the first one? Legume fruit. The second one is capsule, and third one is siliqua. So first we discuss about legumes. Legumes commonly reported in pea and beans. Pea and bean family, legume family, Fabaceae family. The pericarp. So both sides, dorsal and ventral sides break up. Are you clear? The fruit is breakdown. The fruit is breakdown. This is the fruit is break up and seeds are released. Seeds are released. So best example. Legume fruits are best example of dry dehiscence fruits. Example pea and bean. Both sides break down. Dorsal and ventral side to break down and to release seeds. And capsule. The capsule is most reported in Solanaceae members. Solanaceae members. The capsule fruit is developed from multicarpal syncarpus, either superior or inferior ovary. But legume fruit is developed from of inferior. The legume fruit is developed from of inferior of superior ovary. Legume fruit. But capsule is developed from multicarpal, either superior or inferior. Students, either superior or inferior. Don't it form a capsules. Different types of capsule fruits are present. So the capsule fruit is breakdown to release resin. Either lacules or the septa, septicidal capsules are present. Lacucidal capsules are present. So different type of capsule fruits are present. Most of the examples Solanaceae members like Datura. Yes sir, Datura is best example. Arjumand, Datura are clear best example of capsule. And Siliqua is most reported in Brassica. The pericarp is breakdown to release seeds. And also Siliquala, it is also one of the dry dehiscence fruit. So legume, capsule, silica, silicola. So many different type of dry dehiscence fruits are there, but not in your 8 syllabus and MSET syllabus. The next one is dry indehiscence. So what is indehiscence? Indehiscence is nothing but the fruit undergoes dry, but it is not undergoes breakdown. How seeds are released from that fruit after disintegration? The seeds are released, and also very important student, dry indehiscent fruits is also called one-seeded fruits. One-seeded fruits. One-seeded fruit students. Dry indehiscent fruits also called one-seeded fruits. The pericarp is dry but not undergoes dehiscence, not undergoes breakdown. So best examples. One is Cypsela, and second example Coreopsis, and third one is nut. Students, 3 types are there. One is Cypsela, Coreopsis and nut. Then Cypsela is commonly reported in Asteraceae members. Asteraceae family members. In Cypsela, what is the fruit of Cypsela in Asteraceae family member? So modified calyx is present, is called pappus. Is very important, friends. Now this is the one-seeded fruit. One-seeded fruit. Then this is the seed pericarp is very strong. So one-seeded pericarp. The modified calyx is called pappus. So this type of fruit is a best example. Tridax, sunflower. Tridax and sunflower. Cypsela. So Cypsela is fruit is reported in Tridax family, sunflower family. It is a one-seeded. In which fruit the modified calyx is present is called pappus. It is very useful for seed dispersal. And Coreopsis is commonly reported in Graminaceae family, like grass family, wheat, rice, best examples. So in Coreopsis, the pericarp and seed is united. This is very important, students. The pericarp and seed is united. But in Cypsela, the pericarp seed is free. But in Coreopsis, the pericarp and seed is united. This is very important. So example, rice and wheat and nut, cashew nut. The fruit is developed from bi- or multicarpal. biar, multicarpal superior ovary. The epicarp is very strong and stony. Yes, and the fruit is very strong in nut. It is arising from biar, multicarpal ovary. In this fruit, flesh fruit is developed from pedicel. It is edible. Example, cashew nut. The last one is schizocarpic fruit. Schizocarpic fruit. So schizocarpic, the fruit is expressed both characters.